Before we get into today's content, I would like to offer a formal apology to a friend who is near and dear to my heart. On April 26th, 2024, I made a $50 United States bet with Stylo that I would receive Mr. Gold's memoir, Shame Lane, by the end of the year. A bet I lost bigly. I would like to take this opportunity to apologize to Stylo, a man of great intelligence, for several of the unkind and unfounded things I've said about him throughout our storied friendship. In the past, I compared Stylo to Mad Thad 0908, a pedophile convicted of receiving and possessing child sexual abuse material, in both stature and sexual preference. Neither of these things are true, and they were deeply hurtful to say. I've seen photos of Stylo that my trans news team / doxing squad / HIV victims / sleepy time VC frequenters dug up at my request. To my chagrin, I must admit Stylo is much more attractive and physically fit than the pedophile Mad Thad 0908, and the Jewish princess he was with was very thin and had rather large breasts. Upon realizing this, I immediately disbanded my trans news team / doxing squad / HIV victims / sleepy time VC frequenters out of unmitigated shame. I've also tormented Stylo by calling him AGP for creating a Viera character in Final Fantasy XIV, despite my own habit of playing only female Night Elves in WoW, and Reaper in Final Fantasy XIV, the most trans class in the game. This projection stems from my very real and deep-seated fear of being put in the dress, something that Stylo has bravely risked life and limb to prevent time and time again. And for all of his efforts and chivalry, I've met him with a slap round the face. I've also tried to out Stylo for being heterosexual, which is a terrible offense in our current day and age. I would post photos of Ice Spice's face, making cruel jokes about her appearance, and mention Stylo to mock him. I knew very well that no one, especially Stylo, is focused on Ice Spice's Down syndrome, fetal alcohol syndrome, garbled, fucked up baby face when I was discussing her physical attractiveness. To suggest otherwise was asinine and, frankly, sadistic abuse. I've engaged in cult-like smearing of Stylo, and for that, I am deeply sorry. Lastly, I apologize for constantly admonishing Stylo for potentially violating TOS, despite my father, Chud Logic, and I saying the N-word on our respective streams multiple times. This is even worse because I slip into AAVE whenever I get bored on stream, and it's not even good AAVE. I simply say shit and come on, man, repeatedly because I'm terrible at accents and do not know any hood blacks, my closest approximation being Eminem, the king of the Wiggers. If Stylo has any authentic hood black media recommendations, I'm ready to sit my heeb ass down and listen. L'chaim and shalom to my dearest friend and fellow Kabbalist scholar, Stylo. Okay. I'm glad we got through that.
I'm here to accept your apology.
Okay.
It takes a very big man to admit something like that. I truly do appreciate it. You know, we've been friends for like a long time, like coming on 3 years now. So this is really big. This is really big for you. I appreciate this deeply.
Uh-huh.
Can we get a big round of applause for Kuihman, chat? Thank you.
Wow. Wow. Really great stuff. Wow.